In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 4 of the book of Boba Fett, titled The Gathering Storm. Now, this episode starts off with a flashback. Boba Fett is in his Bactan tank, and that flashback includes where he saved the life of Fennec Shand, and it's their first meeting. Basically, she was left for dead, and he takes her to this place to get fixed up, and she gets new parts and everything. And reason he actually wanted to help her is because he wants her on his side in order to fight and and find and take the throne of the Jabba the Hutt's throne, which now is taken by Bib Fortuna, and then of course we know Boba Fett takes over, and he goes to the palace in order to get back his ship. And it's a great action scene. It's really fun. Fennec Shand is just badass as a character. Ming-Na Wen plays this role perfectly, and the character of Boba Fett is really, really good. After he gets his ship back, he goes back to the Sarlacc pit, where of course he was there for many, many years, left for dead. He wants to go because he wants to find his armor. And there's an interesting scene with the Sarlacc pit, but of course we know what happened to his armor, but he doesn't know where it is. So then he asks her to, just join forces and take over, and he'll give, her half of the, treasures and riches, but he wants to protect her while he protects him. It's interesting how it's done, but it's really, really good. Now we come back to the present day, and Boba Fett wakes up from his Bactan tank, and he's fully healed. He then goes to the cantina where he wants to meet up with Chrysanthemum, and basically he asks Chrysanthemum if he wants work. This leads to the next scene, which is taking place at the end of this episode. This is a very short episode. It's only 42 to 45 minutes long. Basically, Boba Fett has a meeting with the families, and it's a very, very reminiscent scene of The Godfather when Vito Corleone makes the meeting with all the families, the 5 families. And you can tell that this scene was reminiscent of that scene in The Godfather. It's really well done. And the reason Boba Fett wants this is because he wants their help and trust, because the Pike Syndicate is running amok and taking over certain territories. And they do ask Boba, why should we trust you? What do you have to lose? And basically the Rancor shows up and, just tries, manipulate, and so scares them a little bit. So it's interesting how everything is done, and I really like this episode. It was short, it was perfect, it was to the point. Not much happened. It's a very, very slow-moving show. It's not The Mandalorian. It's definitely not The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian has more action. Of course, they have Baby Yoda or Grogu, and it's just different with this. This is more so of understanding where Boba Fett's been all these years, getting his story up until we see him in The Mandalorian and everything else after that. Because after Return of the Jedi, we never knew what happened to Boba Fett. There was talks about movies and getting his own TV show, and we finally got that TV show. This first season is only 7 episodes, so there's only 3 episodes left. Episodes 5, 6, and 7. So something's going to happen and something has to pick up. And I'm pretty sure that we'll find out who actually is running the Pike Syndicate, what the Chrysanthemum is going to do, where Boba Fett's going to, stay with his trust, if Fennec Shand is going to be on his side. A lot of interesting things are happening. Like I said, I like this episode because it had a lot of action when they were going to the palace in order to get back Boba's ship. And then we go into the ending where it was a reminiscent scene of The Godfather. All the families are together and talking, and it was just so good. The episode was written by Jon Favreau, and I feel like, and I believe he did write all episodes, and which I do want to say is great, because if you have the same writer, then you know where you're going with these stories. I'm very curious to see how this season plays out, and I'm hoping for a season 2 because we definitely have a lot of story to tell, and it's really going to be really, really interesting. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the book of Boba Fett so far. Do you like the pacing? Do you like where it's going? Do you like that we're finally getting a story of Boba Fett? I mean, critics have said that this show is good. Other critics have said this is bad. They don't know where it's going, what it is. It's slow. It's not entertaining. It's not Star Wars. But hey, listen, I'm a Star Wars fan. I love the Star Wars universe. I love the Star Wars movies and the TV shows, and this is even better. And having Boba have his own show is really, really fun. So let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked, and I'll see you guys in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my episode 5 review of the Book of Boba Fett.